The developers of Civilization 7 recently designed a number of civs in the game, and one of them is Axum. In today's video, we're going to be doing a playthrough with a combo that I've become very familiar with recently. While I haven't been posting a lot of content online, I have been playing quite a bit of civ behind the scenes, and this is a combo I've quickly become a fan of. Today we're playing Axum with Benjamin Franklin, and the thinking behind this is quite simple. Axum is very powerful when it comes to gold, when it comes to culture, and Benjamin Franklin is incredibly strong when it comes to science and production. So basically we're looking to cover all of our bases through this combination. We're starting with Lydian Lion and Silk Utaria, and of course we've got ourselves a coastal spawn. If you'd like to play along, I'll leave a link in the description to where you can find the save file. Other than that, let's get into it because we've got a pretty nice spawn here. One of the cool things about Axum is that if you have a coastal city, all of the resources within that city are going to give you bonus gold and eventually bonus culture as well. And we've got quite a few resources here. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 resources that we can see at the moment. We've also got quite a few reefs, which are going to be really nice. So that's what we're going to look to play into. With Lydian Lion starting as well, another key thing to note here is that we are looking to try and play into as much tempo as we can in the early stages of the game. So that's going to be our goal. Let's get into it because I'm looking forward to seeing how this game goes. One of the things to note is with Axum, you obviously spawn on the coast, so we're going to be looking for a lot of coastal, a lot of coastal cities, a lot of coastal expansions, and because you've got so much gold as well, that's the other thing to note. Because you've got so much gold, is every settlement can become a city, which is quite nice. So already, you can see we've got this mangoes down here, which is an extra 3 gold. So that is a really nice thing to start off with. But we're not actually going to go into those mangoes, even though it's tempting. And the reason why is because we want to go into the fishing key instead. And by going into the fishing key, it's going to boost up all of these. It's going to help us grow faster. Though arguably, I mean, extra 2 culture is probably pretty decent. You know what? I think I've just talked myself into it. It probably makes the most sense. I'm trying to get across over towards this position over here, but it looks like we may be in... I don't know what the technical term for this is, where you've got kind of like... this obviously will connect out to the ocean, but the question is like, how... What is this kind of thing called? I don't actually know, because everything's got a specific term. So we're going to go into it. We're going to do it nice and early here. Start off with some mangoes, some shoreline mangoes. Not going to do the jade. We could potentially look at going into the gypsum, but gypsum's kind of far away, and we'd have to stray away from our reefs, and we definitely want to keep on the reefs. I think it's quite important. Beautiful little start, though, that we've got here. Let's continue moving south, so we're going to have to jump in here. A little bit of a hard bit of terrain to get through. But so far, everything looks pretty decent. Okay, there we go. We've got some more goody huts. Actually, we've got quite a few goody huts. It looks like we're on the top side of the map as well. So let's come down here. We've got the option for, oh, interesting. Gain a boost to the earliest tech available, but it's minus 100% production for 3 turns. We're definitely not willing to give that up, so we're just going to go ahead and sell it. We'll grab ourselves another scout. We've got 4 turns until sailing is complete, so that'll give us a total of 4 scouts. So I think with this one here, it looks like this might also be shoreline, just judging by the edges here. Let's bring this scout across, and we'll send this one up like that. I think that's going to be the best play. And then this scout can go across and grab these goody huts that are out in the water. And of course, we're going to take the culture and production early on. Lovely. We'll slot the culture in. When it comes to our tech here, we'll be moving into mysticism. And then I think we want to go into the Axumite unique civics. I like moving down into this one just because you can unlock the Great Stele. And then from there up into the Book of the Himyarites, just to get the extra 2 culture on the resources. So I will try and prioritize picking up these resources where we can, though we may need to come down here just to try and snag the gold. You can see we've got a beautiful little spawn here, the combination of the navigable river. We've also got a lot of minor rivers as well. So if we wanted to go into pyramids, we could definitely think about doing that. Of course, we're going to take Classical Republic because, well, Classical Republic is just by far the best. And it looks like, no, that was not the edge of the map. You can see we've got a lot of space in here as well. Now, even if we find a good inland spawn, there's a part of me that's really not that tempted to take it. Or I shouldn't say a good inland spawn, but a good land or good inland settling position. Just primarily because... Gosh, we're already at 5 population here. Okay, we're a little bit ahead of schedule, but I guess this is what happens when you have early mangoes like this. Mainly because the reason why I don't want to go too crazy with, like, let's say this is a pretty decent settle down here. Not a whole lot of resources, but a lot of rough land, and it's on grassland as well. Or actually, is it tropical? Yeah, it's tropical. So it's quite nice, but we want to really play into the settlements that we've got, and we don't have a lot of settlements here as this civilization as Axum. You don't get any bonus settlements through their unique civic tree, and because of that, you have to be very cautious about how you look to play. Now, there's definitely a world We've got one turn until our next one comes through. Do we go for the production or the happiness? We're still quite early on, and I think the production's definitely a smart call at this stage, but we're just going to hold this production for next turn, just because before we actually get the first of the settlers out, because it is tempting to do it right now. You can see we could 3-turn a settler. I want to get the harbor out. There's a couple reasons why. Number one, we've already got 2 tiles, so that'll be 3 production that we'll have. On top of that, we will also be building it faster because we are playing as Benjamin Franklin, and Benjamin Franklin gets those faster building production buildings. So that's what we're going to look to play it into. So let's double down here. I guess we also get the science bonus from having him, and then we also get the bonus to the palace as well. Nice little adjacency. So far, a pretty strong opening. Now, my opinion here is that I think we probably want to run down towards Monument. I don't think there's like any real particular way that it matters here. I think like moving down into Masonry, then maybe up into Riding, we double back for Irrigation, and then we're just going to go straight down like Currency, Navigation, Mastery of Navigation. I think that's probably the best way for us to do it here. All right, we got plenty of land up towards our north. Let's jump across here. Oh, that's a good question. Do we take the extra food? I think we definitely take the extra food here. It's 20 food that we're paying 50 gold for, but it's a pretty decent deal, I think. Okay, we found the edge of the island, so we've definitely got room for another settlement up here. This is fresh water as well, because we've got the Kaolin, which always will provide fresh water. So that is really nice, actually. So it depends how far out we want to go. I guess we'd probably go right here on the edge. We could even look to come down and around. The other thing to note is we kind of want resources, though. So here we've got... That's way too far out. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to stick a map tack. I think we're probably going to end up putting a settlement right there. So that's a decent little start here for us. And boy, oh boy, we have found so much to do. This is a beautiful spawn. I love the fact that we're isolated as well. Now, we will be looking to trade later on in this game. I'll say that right now. So we will need to hopefully find some allies. But we'll see exactly how that goes down. And we're going to move into culture here. I don't think we really need to worry about science at this... Oh my god, we got Vinikunka. That's a good position, Vinikunka, as well. We could... Now, with Vinikunka, you get the bonus on the tiles, but you also get the bonus to adjacent rural tiles, which I think they should probably just be referring... I think this is why I get so confused. It should just be culture to adjacent improvements. That would make a lot more sense. So, we're going to have to think about getting a settlement up here as well. And this is perfect for Axum. I love this type of style, or this type of map that we've got here. This is exactly, or very, very similar to the map that I actually just played on with this combination. And it feels like such a good combination as well. They just complement each other so perfectly. We can go Culture and Happiness. Culture and Happiness is actually quite good. And the gold is decent, don't get me wrong, and it's important to have gold early, but I think with Axum we've got so much gold. It's definitely one of those things where you don't have to go for the gold, and once again, we've got the option of culture and happiness or gold, but I think maybe gold makes a bit more sense because we're so close to finishing mysticism at this stage. Okay, so next question, where do we go from here? I think there's no doubt about it, we're going to be going out onto the reef tile here, and we'll be looking to pick up our Pantheon shortly. Let's move back over towards this direction. It's a little bit further away. And let's see what we've got up towards this top side. Okay, we've definitely got another option for a settlement up here. There's no fresh water on this island by the looks of it. Yeah, no fresh water, which is definitely going to hurt a little bit. But look, it's not a massive problem. Like, obviously, we're still going to settle it. Absolutely. Because... You know the old saying, if you don't settle it, then a tubman will. I don't know where she is, but I'm sure she's in here. It's always the way it goes with that girl. She's hunting. So, normally you'd see players, like, I think historically, I like to go into, like, Discipline, Code of Laws, just come up here, look to pick up that early merchant so you can begin trading. Like, we've got absolutely no reason to trade right now. Another option that we could go into is we could go into the Mastery here, Clan Networks, because it unlocks the Great Stell and also gives us the Clan Networks bonus, which is quite nice, the growth rate, because if you're thinking about our towns, right, we're going to be largely, our focus is just really on water here. And that's one of the great things about this recent patch that's changed water, is it basically means that you can now actually play water. It's an effective strategy to do it. And because of that, it just opens up so many different options for you. But we found our first city-state down here. Let's go ahead, let's pick up our Pantheon. And of course, it's going to be God of the Sea, turn 17. So we're pretty damn early in here as well. And I think we just might as well head into Periplus of the Erythraean Sea. I hope I pronounced that correctly. Now, the other thing to note is we do have access to the Hawalit. I've never actually used it. Like, I've made one or two of them just for the memes, but I never really have enough tiles in land, or it's not that I don't have enough tiles, it's that I don't have enough population for them to actually utilize them. I think from here we could probably go into science, so science isn't really that important here. Like, we're going to blow through the science tree very, very quickly just because we're Benjamin Franklin, and as soon as we meet people, we're going to be sending them requests. On top of that, we've got here that is a scientific city-state, and we're going to be looking to get an alliance with them quite early. So we've got our first settler out. We could opt for a second settler here. I think that's probably going to be the best call, considering we've only got that settler limit of 3 at the moment. Now, when it comes to alternative settling positions, we obviously want to settle towards the enemy, but there is no enemy, at least not yet. So I think we could be quite passive with where we go. We could even look to come up over here, but we don't want to get too far ahead of it ourselves or too far away from it. We definitely want to be settling coastal, so we could look for a position like this. This is going to pick up the rubies. Actually, I think, hold on, if we go here, how do we manage? So we'd have to go here, fishing key on this, and then we would build up into here. But the trouble that you've got is if you go in here, you're locked in. And this is my thinking with regard to this position, is you're locked in with regard to your buildings. If we settle here, then we can very much expand it down and around into this area. I think we can even technically come around like that. We could even do a Petra in this city. This is quite nice. I don't know if Petra would really work. So we could definitely do a settlement here. We could also potentially look to settle across here. How about, yeah, so there's no fresh water on this position, though. So here we would be looking at... There's no way that we could get across here. That's just not going to work. 1, 2, 3, and yeah, we couldn't come behind here. So we'd be locking ourselves into one... I mean, we could always come across over this way as well, though. That could give us an option, but we'd be locking ourselves into 4 land tiles, which is not good. We definitely don't like that. So maybe we could rethink this position here. Gold and silver are also going to be staying around for the entirety of the game as well, so it's not like that's going to clear up in the later ages or the later stages. Do we maybe just even think about like coming up a little bit further? We could potentially do that. The problem is this mountain range. This is quite a strong mountain range. Because of that, yeah, I think we're just going to have to take this tile right here. It feels really bad, though. It feels really, really bad. Let's not do that. We'll just go here. We'll just go here, and we'll call it a little bit of a sad city. Maybe we've got to be a bit cautious about how much we actually put down with regard to our warehouse buildings, because you've got to be careful with those warehouse buildings. Once they're down forever. Okay, do we give up culture for influence? I think we definitely do. We could look to befriend right now. The only thing is, I mean, we definitely want to befriend them. The trouble is we want to keep this influence in the bank in case we meet someone, because we're going to need to send and accept a couple of agreements. Let's just put it that way. We've also found ourselves a lovely culture city-state. All right, let's dive in here. Okay. Does that really change anything? I mean, we could bring this across here. If we were going to settle here, where are we going to settle? Probably on this tile right here. This seems pretty far away, but ideally we want to even try and fit 2 on here. So 1, 2, 3, like maybe is that the place that we settle? We're limiting ourselves again though if we do that, because we've only got access to 1, 2, 3, 4 places that we can actually build our buildings, because we can't go up. We're not going to be able to do that. If we settle here, but I mean, you're damned if you do, damned if you don't in this position. I think it might just be one of the cases where we're just a little bit squished. It definitely doesn't feel good though. Do we just go? I mean, we've got a lot of space here. Maybe let's not squish ourselves too much. Let's not squish ourselves too much. Let's come out over here. I'm going to call this our start, our beginnings. Let's move across, grab this goodie hut here. Oh, I also don't want to get too bogged down into it, because like at the end of the day, I mean, we're going to be making decisions here, and some of them are going to be wrong, and that's okay. All right, how are we doing on this south side? Take 50 damage. Or the happiness. I mean, I'd love to take the damage, but we're going to get slammed on the next turn anyway. And probably... We won't get slammed again, but if we get slammed, we'll die. Culture. For happiness? Do you want to give up happiness this close to social policies? We did just take happiness. Hold on. Can we... Does that update? Yeah, baby. That updates. Yeah. We're in it now. We are in our... We're in our golden age as of the next turn. So we're not going to bother with that. Okay, so this... Scout. Oh, I think we moved him in the wrong direction. That's my mistake. Okay, so we did just get slammed. There's our celebration. We're going to take the early culture here. We'll throw in tool making as well. So we got slammed. Oh, no. Say it ain't so. Oh, double slam, and we get blocked. I mean, to be fair, I think this is probably a dead end anyway. I think almost certainly it's a trap. We've met somebody. Oh, she's far away, isn't she? Jeez Louise. All right, do we meet 2 people? I think we may have met 2 people right here. So she's playing as Carthage. So she's going to be expanding like crazy. And indeed, oh, we're teaching here. How you doing, mister?
The scourge of the 7 seas.
The Scourge of the 7 Seas. We'll have to see about that. Oh, so he's down here as well. So Carthage, has she expanded yet? They've both got 1 settlement each at this stage. So we're going to be waiting till next turn. Hopefully they send us some agreements. And if they don't, we're going to send them some agreements. So we lost this scout, which is, I guess, acceptable. We were pretty trapped in there, unfortunately. Where do we go from here? I mean, we could look to try and come down and around towards this position. I think it's probably the right call. Because this scout's going to come grab this. This scout's going to come down. He'll grab it over here as well. So we've got our 2 settlers out. Now, the next time that we're going to have the option for a settler is going to be at irrigation. So we've definitely got some time here. So I'm going to go ahead. Let's drop the altar down. Now, where's the altar going down in this position? If we were to do a little bit of theory crafting here, there's nowhere good at all. Actually, yeah, we can't get out to here. I'm just thinking, like, so we're going to do monument on this tile. So that's definitely a monument right there. Let's throw that bad boy down. And so if that's a monument, we could... Oh, actually here. That could be our library. Okay, so if that's our library, so let's go ahead and let's drop ourselves... so we'll do the altar on this tile. So that makes the most sense. Let's go ahead and drop that down. 6 turns for the altar. Is this really where we want to settle? Right here? This gives us access to the horses. If we settle here, it blocks everything, though. It blocks all of these. And these are good candidates. That's the other thing. I mean, if we settle here... Actually, no, we can pick up everything from this city. 1, 2, 3. It can come up and grab these if you so chose to. Alright, I think we'll take it. We'll take it. Not the prettiest, but we'll take it. Okay, so he's going to chill for the moment. We want to grow. We want to grow as much as we can. So let's come around over to the crabs. Even though camels is obviously quite nice. Oh, you know what? And that's going to give us bonus culture as well, wouldn't it? If we took that. So you'd have camels giving production, gold, and culture. It's amazing, but you just remember, it's all about tempo. We want to grow these bad boys up. They're not going to be particularly happy, but that's okay. Okay, where's our next settlement going? And are we going to go north? I think we probably want to go north in this situation. Even though I really like that position out towards the west, we could look to come down as well. We still haven't been sent any agreements. We're going to wait 1 more turn to see whether or not we get those agreements in, and then we're going to send the agreements out to them. Let's do it that way. Okay, we are going to take this. It's not the best spot, but we're going to take it. We also might look to go a little bit above our settlement limit in this game. Could be an option for us. So we picked up 4 reefs early. 4. That is just ridiculous, the amount of reefs that we've got. Let's keep coming across. Okay, so this turn now, we're going to offer them our agreements. So hopefully they take them. No supporting. We want the support. So we boosted up our science quite substantially here. 1 production on the palace, definitely. We will absolutely take that. So we're not going to go into the Book of Himariyats just yet, because it's only 2 culture. So not really that big just yet. There's a lot of sort of mid to late game bonuses in this antiquity tree. So I think let's move down into Code of Laws. Let's continue going down that way. We've got everything that we need at this stage. Let's keep doing our search. You can see we've got some slingers to worry about here. Now, if we're going to befriend a city-state here, which one do we go for? Do we go for or do we go for Tolan? I think we probably want to go for first. Ooh, Carthage is coming out here with the settler. And we know that, yeah, baby. Oh, yeah, give it to me. Well, don't give it to me, give it to her. Okay, our next growth coming out. Now, we want to grab these crabs. These crabs are incredible. They work so well with us. +1 food on warehouse buildings. So if we're going to stack up a whole bunch of warehouse buildings in here, which we are, it is going to just be amazing. And the crabs, I think they might be bugged because, like, I know... Wait, I was going to say, hold on. Did we just get slammed? We did just get slammed. We've got ourselves a city-state out here. So let's move to the north. We'll come back for this. Oh, lovely. Thank you, Jepson. We'll absolutely take the culture. That is so nice. And let's do another search down here. This is beautiful down here. We want to try and... let's hope that she builds down here and we can send her a trader. That would be quite nice. Influence? I think we definitely want to take the influence here. There's influence is one of those resources that's so difficult to get. You just want to try and get as much of it as you can in the early stages of the game. All right, we got Hamiko on the Mississippians. Hopefully not as strong as, well, as they used to be. Of course, they did get nerfed in the most recent patch, but it's yet to be seen whether or not they're still competitive. So we've unlocked Masonry now. So our production is starting to look quite decent. We just completed our altar. We're at 22 production, which is not bad at all, right? I would say that's maybe a little bit below where you would be if you had a mining start, okay? But the good thing is, this is what I think the real advantage of the fishing boat opening is. You've got two different buildings, the fishing quay and the harbor, that allow you to buff up your tiles. And that's where the real power comes from, because we have the production of a mining tile, but at the same time, the growth of a farm tile. And that's why I am such a big fan of having this opening. Okay, when it comes to our next option, we could look... So we've got 3 turns until pottery's complete. Let's go... We'll go into the monument. We want to... Oh, excuse me. That was my door just closing right there. You would have heard it behind you. I've got my window open at the moment. All right, so let's go ahead. We'll just take this. We'll send the cotton back as well. So we'll go to the water and then to the cotton. And... It's not the prettiest. It's not the prettiest, and it's probably the best part is I'm going to be complaining about it all game. Like, who settled this damn settlement? Like, what were you thinking? It's very, very typical. Which Hamiko is this? Queen of Wa. Okay, it's the good one. Very, very nice. Let's maybe move up towards the north so we can see she's up here, Cahokia. So we definitely want to try and see a little bit more of civilization. Another incredible... Oh my god, look at this. Can you imagine if we got down here? We absolutely can. We could take the entire west coast here without too much of a hassle. I don't know whether we're going to have the settlement number for it, because, I mean, we want to come up here. We don't really care about the pearls, but, like, the double sheep is quite nice, especially if you go for a settlement here and you can pick up all 3 of these. Like, this is very, very tempting. I think we probably send 1 settler up there. Oh, our scout has taken a little bit of damage. I think let's go ahead. We'll heal up our scout here. Oh, lovely. Absolutely lovely. Exactly what we want here. So we'll look to try and pick them up. Oh, is this a... This could be Dad's scout right here. We need to try and get into the water. We're going to make a run for the water here. Okay. We should be okay. And let's bring you back inland. You've got full health, so you're okay. We'll open the borders. Okay, and this scout is just going to heal up for the moment. So we've got our 3 settlements. I think we're pretty happy here. One of the things that I wanted to test as well, which I haven't been doing here, but buying a fishing key early in your settlements. So the whole thinking is because it's all about tempo, right? Like at this stage early on, we've got extra 50% growth. So if we can invest and like grow these out really quickly, and then we get a harbor, and then we get an altar, and then all of a sudden you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 tiles that have all got 2 production on them. Like that's a decent strat. So I want to give that a go. Let's give that a go. We're a little bit late here, probably about 4 or 5 turns here, but I will make an excuse. I'll say, you know what, it's okay. Because the thought crossed my mind earlier, but, you know, whether or not you action it is a very different matter. Okay. We've got a decision to make here. Which city-state are we taking? I think we want to take just because is a friendly city-state, and if someone takes before us, we will not be able to catch them. So the sooner we take them, the better. So that's what we're going to be doing here. My wife has just brought me some lunch. And look at these tiles, dude. Oh, boy. +4 gold in cities or +2 science in towns. So let's move these crabs across. And we'll pick up an extra 2 science over here for the moment. And we'll jump into the cotton, which is not bad at all. And you can see, like, this is part of the reason why I just love Axum. This early gold just allows you to have so much power. So much power. It is amazing. Okay, so we need to be thinking about the library out here. That's going to be coming in 5 turns. So let's go ahead. We'll drop the saw pit. And we're also going to drop a brickyard, but I think we might drop the brickyard out here just so that we can get that connector through, because we've got 5 turns left. So we might even be able to clean up all of our warehouse buildings early on. Okay, next up, I think we also want to be gunning for this gypsum. This gypsum's quite nice. 4 production, 3 gold, and a science. Let's see if we can move around. We might come over to this position here. It's probably a little bit dangerous. We could probably just make it around on the water as well. And did we just 1-turn that? I think we may have 1-turned that. So this is a bit of an interesting decision. We can go granary and brickyard, and we can do it right here, and that's going to give us you know, adjacency to the city center, or we could go here for the +2 on the library. And I think that's probably a bit better to do that. So let's do it. Normally, I don't like to put my buildings further away. Now that I'm thinking about it, we probably should have put the altar out here, but it's one of those small little things that in the end, it probably doesn't make too much of a difference. Okay, we've been slammed by someone somewhere. It's a warrior in the north. We've got the ability to purchase, so let's go ahead. We'll grab that slinger right now, just because we don't want to lose that. We'll grab our granary as well, so we'll put it down on this tile right here. Normally, we want to match them up. That's the other thing to note, and we're not doing that, so let's jump on this tile right here, and then we're going to repair. Speaking of repairs, how are we doing over here? We're not doing too bad. We've got the option for +6 gold. I think we'll just accept it, just because we've got a lot of things that we need to do with our influence, a lot of city-states that we want to try and influence early on in this game. So let's just keep it in the back pocket. We also need to keep an eye out on these as our influence rises, just to make sure nobody's befriending them, because at the very least we want all of these. We want to try and connect them. We don't care too much about this city-state, the diplomatic city-state. It's good for some some leaders and some civilizations, but for the strategy that we're going for today, which is where we spam warehouse buildings, it's not the game. It is definitely not the game. What are our yields here? We're definitely going to take the gold here, because we've got quite a bit more yields. We'll take the science option. Okay, so as you can see, we're growing pretty effectively over towards this position, but we are unhappy. And that is just because we don't have access to the fresh water. So we're -1. There's nothing that can influence our happiness yet. What's our best option here? I think it might be time to take the camels. Or we could just keep going on the water, because like we're growing in 7 turns here. We're just going to take the camels. We're just going to take the camels. The sooner we take it, the better. It's like, why are you growing all these tiles? You're growing these tiles so you can take the camels. So why not just take the camels? Just take the camels, man. Okay, we also need to move into masonry too, just because it gives extra production to our production buildings. We've got so many production buildings, so we obviously need to do that. Let's go into our library. That's a +5 library, so that's quite nice. And we are potentially under attack in the capital, so we might have to move this slinger down to cover. Okay, we could come into... Oh, we want those crabs. Actually, can we reach those crabs? Oh, we can't reach those crabs. So that means if we're thinking about settling, we probably want to settle on this tile. That's where we're going to have to settle, because we want those crabs. Those crabs are so damn nice. I think we also want to grab our fishing key as well, shortly. But because we don't have it yet... Oh, we're definitely going into that silver. Let's do that silver. +1 food in all your settlements. Absolutely. Oh, this is quite nice. Man, we've got so many good settling locations. Now, the other thing to note is if we find a military city-state, which I think is probably unlikely, but if we can find it, that will give us a huge boost as well, because we can grab the city or the settlement limit, which is exactly what you'd want. Hold on. Hold your... Just wait. We could potentially find... Is there somebody up here? Doesn't look like there's anybody up here. I got a little bit excited. I saw the aggressive scout, and a part of me got very excited. But it doesn't look like it today. Okay, we're very close to befriending So one of the things that I've really fallen in love with is just spamming warehouse buildings, because you got to remember with warehouse buildings, the cost of them doesn't scale over the course of the game. So they made this change in, I don't know if it was the last patch or the patch before, but basically as you get more buildings, the cost of your building starts to scale. But if you've got warehouses do not scale. And because of that, you can basically just put a new settlement down and just spam warehouses in it, and it only costs you like 1,000 gold to do it, which is very, very achievable. Okay, so we've now completed our library. Great stealth. To be honest, we're going a little bit late with this. Arguably, we should have done this a lot earlier than what we've done it right now, but it's an oversight. We'll say that right now. It was an oversight, but let's look to put it down here. The question is, where does it go? We've got a couple of options to put it. It needs to go on flat land, so I think we probably have to put it down in this position right here, and then we could look to put something else in here. We don't have ourselves the best garden location. Where would we put our garden market? See, there's really nothing good. Like, we've got this, but it's covered by the gold. We've got this, but it's covered by the mangoes. We can't do this because it's 4 tiles out. Like, this is probably the best garden market location that we could do. So we're going to do that, and we're going to hope that we can get the Great Stell. Great Stell is actually really good now that it's been buffed. The extra production on it is just like, sure, it's lovely. We would absolutely happily take the production. It is very, very nice. You can see we're down to 5 turns on it now. So now that we've done that, let's go into the mastery for masonry. This is going to allow us to pick up that extra production on production buildings, and then we're just going to zoom straight into currency navigation and then the mastery for that as well. And we can definitely look at the book, because you can see we're up to plus 12 culture now, so that's going to boost us up a huge amount. Arguably we should have gone for that a little bit earlier. I guess if you prioritize taking these coastal or these resources when you've got coastal cities, absolutely it makes sense to get it out sooner rather than later. Okay, so we've got some options for trade. Not really. So let's just we'll just send our scout out. And, well, he's not our scout, he's our merchant. But the good thing is he won't be able to get killed by anybody. So he can just chill out and go scout the lands. Oh, that's annoying. Very, very cheeky. We'll be okay, because we've got the ability to take this guy down. And let's do one last scout up here. It doesn't look like a lot of good resource. I mean, you could definitely argue for a settlement right here-ish, somewhere here, so we pick up the pearls. I mean, pearls aren't particularly strong. Like, you know, we're not going to be doing everything we can to get pearls. And to be honest, I kind of want to go down south. I mean, this is not a terrible settlement here. I like that it's kind of like the entry to this system that we've got here, which, by the way, I still don't know the name for this, so if you do know, let me know down below. Okay, back towards this side. Are we denying tiles? If we came out and grabbed this, I mean, why? We could just go up. We could just go up. That's fine. Thank you for the culture. 127 culture or influence at the moment as well. And now we've reached 7 population. So we're going to continue just growing at this stage. We could convert to city. Definitely an option for us. Actually, we've got a lot of gold in the bank right here. Do we drop the fishing key down? Maybe we drop the fishing key. Let's drop the fishing key here instead of going. I mean, we're at turn 45. We'll drop the fishing key and then we'll go into a... I just want to make sure we're doing the right one. Yes, we're definitely doing the right one. It has to be this one, actually. Okay, and then we'll go down this way and we'll come towards this position. This scout can also move across. You can go up like that because we've got sailing. You get so used to not having sailing that that once you've got it, you're like, oh yeah, that's right. We can do that, can't we? Okay, slinger. Hold position for the moment. And can we sneak in the back here? No, we cannot sneak in the back here. We'll have a couple of... Oh, actually, can we hit it with the merchant? Maybe we can grab that with the merchant. Now that I think about it. It wouldn't let me go onto this tile right here. Okay, we did just repair that tile, and he's now standing on it. So I'm a little bit apprehensive about what he's going to do. Okay, this scout has come back as well. We've got turtle. Oh, sorry, these are fish. This doesn't look like fish to me. I don't know what this looks like, but it doesn't look like fish. Oh, what was that sound? An unmet player has completed a milestone for PAX Imperatoria? Oh, 25% of the age. That's probably what it was. All right, so scout under attack. Not a bad spot to settle out here as well. This whoa, Valley of Flowers just casually chilling in here. This is it's that classic case where you don't like there are 3 tiles that you haven't like seen, or 4 tiles that you haven't seen, and it's like hiding a natural wonder. It's Valley of Flowers as well, so this one is always a little bit more hidden than the others. Okay, so these guys can both fight over this tile right here. Slinger can hold his position. Next turn we should get Great Stell. Come on. Lovely. You love to see it. All right, well, with the completion of Great Stell, I'm going to enjoy myself a little bit of food here. Give me a moment. I'm just going to pause this video quickly and devour this food, and then we're going to get straight back into it. All right, lunch is done, and it's time for us to continue on. Great Stell complete, and we've also picked up the upgrade for masonry. So we're going to have a huge amount of production now in the cap, because keep in mind, not only do we have our first production building, we've also got 2 additional production buildings that are out here. So that's a total of +3, plus the Great Stell gives us an extra 2. So we've got up to 38 production now, which is a huge amount of production to have this early on. What are we going to do with it? I mean, we can make more wonders. We've got a lot of space for wonders. That's always something that can be difficult to find as well, because you kind of want this balance where you've got enough fishing boats early on to sort of begin the train of all of your citizens, but at the same time you need space behind it so that you can put down wonders, production, all of your buildings. So that is, for me, the next question. Now we could look for our garden. It's not a bad garden here, a +6, so essentially it's got the 3 bonus, so we could definitely do that. We could also look for Hanging Gardens. The +1 expansionist attribute point is quite nice, just primarily because it allows you to come down to this one right here, +1 food per age on warehouse buildings. As you can see, we're already sitting on 7, which is a lot. And like this number is ridiculous. I've seen this number over 100 before, so that is definitely something to consider. Here, we're gonna make an easy choice down towards Archimedes Screw for 7. Lovely science. Thank you very much. And that's going to continue to go up. And we'll take the 1 production on the library. So at this stage, I'm thinking we probably want to go into another wonder. Where can we put this bad boy down here? We can look for it over on the other side as well, the Hanging Gardens. Let's go ahead and do that. I don't like our chances of getting it. We could also go to pyramids. Pyramids wouldn't be terrible because we do have... How much have we got in here? We've got 1, 2, 3 navigable river tiles. We've got obviously other navigable... We've got other tiles. Did they change the bonuses that it gives? Yeah, it provides production on improvements and districts on minor and navigable river tiles in this settlement. So it includes districts as well. So that would mean that this would also get +1 production. Maybe we go for that instead. Do we dare? Let's. Oh, we've got 1 spot that we can put it as well. All right, let's go. 8 turns. We're gonna do pyramids just for the memes. I don't think we're gonna get it, but we'll try. We'll try. Okay, we've got the valley in there as well. Quite nice. One of the things that we could actually look to do here is we could actually have a settlement out here. This is a really good location as well. Can I just say that? Because the way the Valley of Flowers works is it gives 10 land route trade range to trade routes from this settlement specifically. So what you can do is put a settlement in here, buy all of your warehouse buildings, and then turn it into a trade network or a trade outpost. And basically, it becomes a super trade outpost, right? Like, you would just be able to trade with the entire continent because it's central. It's not in the corner or anything like that. Because I've had Valley of Flowers before where it's been in the corner, and it's not that good when it's in the corner. All right, let's see if we can grab this. Oh, we might potentially be able to grab it next turn. And do we look to befriend either one of these guys? I'm still looking for that military city-state, but we're yet to find it. Let's go ahead and let's do it. Let's grab the culture. It's going to take 30 turns as well, so it'll be a while before we're actually over there. We've got another potential settlement location out here. Let's have a look and see. It's a bit of a weird one. I don't think we're going to be taking it though. All right, we've got ourselves. Do we take the culture? Let's take the food. Why not? We're hungry today. We're hungry. We just had lunch. I'll tell you what, my wife served me so much bloody lunch. I only ate about half of it. It's way too much. She's expecting big things from me, I suspect. Anyway, our movement now probably... I mean, we could look to try and take the Jade here. This is nice because it's providing that production as well. And, like, the difference at the moment between... Yeah, I've talked myself into the Jade. Definitely makes sense for us to pick it up now. So let's go ahead and take a look. How much is that really changing things? It's only 1 gold, so it's really not a big deal. It's more about the yields on the tile that is where we're getting that true value from. We've got Shomron over here. It's been picked up, and we've still got nobody that we can trade with just yet, which is always a good sign because it means that you're isolated. It shouldn't be like that forever, but look, we'll keep that in mind. I did want to come down for a potential settle down here. Like, this just looks incredible, but I can't imagine us having the room to get down here. Or like the city, what do we got? Hanging Gardens. Oh, good thing we didn't go for Hanging Gardens. Let's go for the extra 15% production on these bad boys. We'll get rid of the culture just because we're about to get a huge boost to our culture. What was I going to say? I was going to say something. I can't remember exactly what I was going to say. Oh yeah, I don't think we'll have the city limit to be able to do that. Now, what's interesting here? Hold on a minute. We've got... Oh, this is an 8-player game. Okay, so I thought it was a 10-player game. So there was a part of me that's like, we should have run into more leaders at this stage. And the fact that we've already got like the continent over here made me a little bit concerned. Like, hold on, where is everybody? We've got our next expansion. I think, do we look in... This is tropical plains and desert terrain. Yeah, we got to take that. We got to take that. Tropical plains and desert terrain. So we've just stacked up an extra 25% boost on that bad boy. So we want to try and clear out as many wonders as we can right here, right now. So we've got the option. Oh my gosh, that is a... Wow. Okay. Hey, at least we're befriending them, right? We also need to think about our next settlement because we're sitting 3 out of 4 here. And with this culture, as soon as we get this culture boost, we're going to look. So here you can see plus 16 culture. It is so ridiculous. That is just so silly. It's so silly, but I mean, to be fair, like we're playing very much into this style, right? Like we're prioritizing coastal cities. We want to expand up towards this position as well. We've got so many different options here. Now, economic versus... Actually, we've got a point that we can spend here. Hold on. So does that mean we can also choose a cultural point or an economic? I think we're going to have to choose a cultural one just so we can take the 10% production towards wonders. So now we're up to plus 45%. Is that right? That can't be right. That can't be right because our bonus here is 15%. And then we just got another 10%. That was 25%. And then we also hooked up the ivory. So we're up to 35% bonus production. And like if we think about like we're doing 41 production already. Like this is looking pretty sick. This is looking pretty nice. It's looking pretty good. I think we definitely want to take the science here. I'm trying to compare. I think we'll just take the science just because science is a bit easier to come by. And here we definitely take the influence. And now from here, this is where we move straight up into entertainment, and then we'll come down into organized military afterwards. We could look to go the other way around, but yeah, I think that's the best way to do it. And then we're going up into navigation. And we'll continue our scout up towards that top side. Hopefully, we should be able to pick up this wonder next turn. Pyramids. It's a bit of a late pyramids, if I'm real with you. Normally, it should not be this late. You can see we've got our next merchant out as well. We should be able to trade down here, but it's gonna take time. It's gonna take time. So we'll put him to sleep. Or do we just send the merchant down? I think we can just kind of send the merchant down, right? All right, scouts coming back. Yeah, we've got a lot of settlements that we want to take. I can see at the very least... Lovely. Pyramids now complete, so that's going to boost up. Yeah, you can see, so it also provides a bonus on these bad boys as well. So it's +1 gold and production on improvements and districts on minor and navigable. There's a lot of qualifiers there, but these tiles are starting to look very, very juicy. So we're definitely going to look to get those bad boys online. Let's go into the gold here as well. We are very comfy, and you can see just how powerful this civilization is. Like, Axum is incredibly powerful now. So we could do Dusharakin, but the truth is, like, fortifications, +1 science, really not going to do too much. And, like, it's nice to have Dusharakin throughout the game. Don't get me wrong. Like, being able to have this all the way through is quite nice. But we could go Colossus instead. Now, if we were going to do a Colossus, hypothetically, where would we put the Colossus down? I think we probably would go on this tile right here so that it gets a +1 bonus for the garden and the market. I think that's got to be the play, right? Let's do it. 7 turns on the Colossus. Absolutely. And let's go ahead. We'll put... You can see we got ourselves... This is a nice spawn. This is really nice. Oh, that's right. We could just purchase our settlers instead. So let's purchase 1 settler here. That will go north. Let's purchase a settler here as well. Do we want to purchase a settler just yet? Maybe we want to just keep it. We don't want to go too far above the settlement limit. We're only on 16 happiness. That's the other thing to note. So let's just leave it there. And we could potentially look at going into our first city here. It's quite late in the age, but it's... I mean, we're going to explode when it comes to our amount of production that's in here. So let's do it. Let's convert over to a city. And just to start off, I mean, we could... I think we're just going to start by building the harbor. Get that bad boy out of the way. That's going to give us a huge amount of production. From there, we could look for the saw pit because how do we want to build this base as well? So garden market. So let's mark these out as well. So we'll do our garden here, our monument here, our library over here. And I think that's pretty much the key ones that we're looking for here. So now we're just going to fill everything else in. So we'll just throw the saw pit down right there. And then the brickyard, I mean, we could also do the brickyard, but I think we want to do the altar instead. Just try and really build those production numbers. And then we can do, like, brickyard granary here. That's going to be the play. And then we can do the monument. Something like that. That way we're getting all of our production. We've got 4 production buildings that are coming through. And these will obviously speed up the quicker that it goes. And speaking of speeding up, let's transition a couple of production resources across, and that's going to look even better. So he'll be online very, very quickly here. We've still got 300 gold in the bank as well, so we could look to try and get this city online shortly. But yeah, we've done a pretty decent job in building up our city. We've got quite a few citizens that are in here already. All right, let's have a look down here, see what we can spot. Nothing just yet. I mean, the good thing about the merchant as well is you can move across other people's lands. Okay, so let's come up towards here. I think this is the tile that we want just because we want these crabs. We'll come down for these crabs straight away because you got to remember that like it might not seem like much +1 food on warehouse buildings, but it's like if you've got 5 warehouse buildings, then that's +5 food. Like that's a good amount of food that's coming through here. Right, Scout, you're going to move back here. Did we drop off on our celebration? No, we didn't. I don't know why that looks like it's taking so long. Maybe I'm just growing impatient. He's playing as Egyptians. Oh, that's interesting. That's interesting that he takes priority. Why do you only have 9 production? On Carthage? How do you only have 9 production? Oh, she's been... Oh, things are not going well for you. She's at war with Blackbeard. Oh, okay. Good luck. I wouldn't be surprised if she gets eliminated early on. That's sad, scary. We do need to be watching out for Blackbeard. That is quite interesting. That's a city-state in there? I think that's another city-state in there. So let's move down towards that spot as well. Yeah, you can see. Oh, he's got a great spawn. Oh my lord, have a look at this spawn. That is a great Wasset spawn. Too bad he didn't get the pyramids though. Sorry. Oh gosh. Sorry. Okay, we'll move up and around. Actually, no, that's exactly where we came from. I think with this guy, we're going to have to come down because we can't really go through any other way. He had the hanging garden, so okay. So let's come down, cover towards this angle. You can see there's so much space. It feels like we're missing somebody. Like there should have been a player. There should have been someone that spawned in right here, but they didn't spawn. Okay, that's a problem. We're going to steal that away. We should be able to steal that away just with one more. So it's going to take a couple turns. Okay, so if we go here, we get the crabs. We also get the double on the wool. So I think that should be fine. So let's drop that bad boy down. And just to start things off, we're going to open with the fishing key. You can see we've got that +1 science coming through from the bonus that we picked up from the city-state. So that's why I like this, because it's just going to always increase your science. We'll be coming down to the crabs very, very soon. And yeah, I'm throwing up whether or not we should add any more buildings in here. But I think with the 68 gold per turn at the moment, we'll probably... Let's wait for a city. We'll wait for 5 turns for the city in here. Next thing to note is we've also now got the ability for another great world wonder that we can throw down. That's obviously... It's been changed relatively recently, but the Oracle, the fact that you can now get the wild card for it is very nice. So this is arguably one of the better wonders in the game. We've got some good spots that we could put it as well down here, actually. Well, there's the Colossus now being finished, so that's going to give us the economic point. So it also provides us with +3 resource capacity in this settlement. Now, keep in mind, we're going to be trading. It's going to give us a lot of resources, so we will definitely need that. And I'm thinking, even though the garden and the market are promising, the Oracle, you know, we could just put the Oracle down here. It's only 7 turns. The thing is, I don't know if Oracle's really that hotly contested. That's the other thing to note. It's like, I think we should be okay if we wanted to like drop the market in first. I mean, we're already making that much gold. So it's like, do you really want to do it? Nah, we want to do it. And then in 7, oh my god. Hold on, actually, we got to be careful here. Have we got space to throw down Among Us Maui? Oh, shit. Yes, right here. Though this is a flat plains, does it have to be grassland or tropical? I think it's grassland or tropical. Oh no, oh no, oh no. Oh, it must be placed adjacent to coast. Okay, we're fine, we're fine, we're fine. Okay, what else do we need? We want Great Lighthouse as well. Great Lighthouse is available here in the Mastery. And this is just adjacent to coast. Well, it must be placed on coast adjacent to land. So that's essentially it. So I think we're fine. We could even look to purchase buildings in here, honestly. Is that wild for me to say? Like purchasing a garden? No, we couldn't purchase. Not in the capital. Not in the capital. Okay, we'll do Oracle once. I don't know. I don't think we need to rush Among Us Maui. Like, surely there's nobody else in the lobby that's even close to finishing Among Us Maui. Not at this stage. Okay, and we'll move that over so you can see we've gone up by 5 food. It's just a huge amount of food that you're getting, right? Like going from 28 food to 38 food this early on. That's a crazy amount of food. Okay, so we've reached a dead end over here. We could ask for passage through, but I think we'll just return. Oh my god, we got more land. Oh, finally. Oh, you know what? I just remembered. We need to do this out here and yoink. 1 turn. I think we get it by 1 turn. Like, because we're not on the same turn. Okay, and there's another city-state down here. I think they're already friends with somebody. Yeah, they are. So you can tell by all that growth that's happening. Okay, now where do we look here? We could actually look for a specialist. It wouldn't be terrible. Probably a bit too early for it because this is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4 specialist tile. We won't ever be able to put a wonder on this tile. It's slightly outside the range of both of these cities. So I think we're just going to end up taking... I mean, we could come down for the gold, but I only want to come to the gold after we've exhausted this tile because we don't want to really go on the rough tile. Okay, so let's bring you back all the way across here. Let's do that. Okay, this is one of the cool things about scouting with the merchant as well, is that you never have to worry about going into territory that's uncharted because you're always going to be safe. Okay, so now we're going to be looking to turn Matara into a city. And I think the best option is definitely this one. 9 yields. Not a bad amount of yield right there. Okay, oh, we've got our first trade route as an option up towards the north here. So we will definitely look to enact that. Gosh, this is a big continent, isn't this? This is a huge continent for how much space we've got in here. Okay, let's continue expanding. We could look to pick this up, but I don't know if it's really worth actually taking these tiles. I feel like it's just better taking these for now. The extra food, like, what are we sitting at for food? 24. So that takes us up to 24 now. So I think that's probably the right call. And let's convert this over to a city. Let's make sure we don't forget. It's going to cost us 600 gold. That's absolutely fine. So we want to start by moving up here. Now, we probably need to plan this out a little bit. I don't think we're going to be able to justify a garden market in this city. So let's go ahead and we're going to add our science here. We're going to add our monument here. And 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we've got 3 tiles up here. So, yeah, we really don't have much space, do we? Who decided to take this city again? Who was it? Oh, gosh, what have we done? Okay, harbor. And then after the harbor, we'll go... I mean, this could also be your +2 in here. You could do your library on this. Actually, you could technically do the library. How do we get rid of that? We could technically do the library there and then do the garden market over there. Like that. Let's get rid of this one. And put the market right there. Wait. Wait. Oh, no. Oh, yes. Oh, no. That's not good. It's in the wrong city. Look, I really dislike the fact that I can't... No, there's no way. Oh, man. That's disappointing. I really dislike that we still, after like, what? Civ's been out for almost a year now, and I still can't flip around like a tile for a city to another city. Like, come on, just let me. Really? That's actually quite disappointing. I'm assuming this tile here is also not ours as well. That is painful. That is very painful. Oh, sad. Where do we want these pearls? I think that's probably the best spot for them. Oh, and we've gone a little bit too far over here. And you can see it's changed our map completely. So now we've gone over here. That's another thing that I'd love them to change is just like, no, just bring it back, please. Like, there's really no point in me being able to see all of this here. And our 2 scouts have come down to the same spot. But I think overall, like, as I said in the beginning of the video, and I mean, if you've made it to this point, you probably know, like, I'm enjoying Civ a lot. It's just, I think the big thing that I'm struggling with at the moment is I want to put out content, but I'm not sure what type of content to do. And, like, obviously we can do playthroughs. I don't mind doing playthroughs. I enjoy them a lot. The trouble that I've got is I want to contribute a little bit more than just playthroughs to the ongoing discourse that's happening. So I guess that's my thinking as well. Don't worry, I got plenty of video ideas, but I also want to feel like I'm competent enough as well to actually do them. Okay, I think we can't really look to go into economic. Do we look to play into cultural even further? Science could be a decent option. I think science is actually quite nice to get into early, just because once we get up to exploration age, like we really want to have these two that are unlocked because they're going to carry us through the start of exploration. So I think that's definitely the right call. Okay, so with the Oracle coming up now, gosh, we've just been spamming wonders right now. Among Us Maui, over on this spot here. Can we squeeze something in before Among Us Maui? Or do we just... I think we just commit. We got 12 turns until our next celebration. You know what? We're just committing to Among Us Maui. And then after that, in 10 turns, we've got our lighthouse to do, our great lighthouse. So we've got ourselves quite a lot of wonders. But I mean, and I think that's probably one of the great things about this change, is it actually means now that, like, we're pretty much 100% viable with water starts. Like, you can see the amount. What land tiles do we actually have here? 1, 2, 3. Like, that's pretty much it. We've got 3 land tiles. The rest of it is citizens on the water. So you are absolutely 100% viable now. By the way, we need to check down here and make sure that we're still leading this race. Indeed we are. So, yeah, I mean, this wasn't something that you could really do before. It wasn't possible. You didn't have the ability to play water and have production. And the harbor has changed that significantly. And I think, like, the changes as well to Axum make this civilization feel really, really good. I have so much fun playing this civilization. And what's interesting is that you kind of feel bad in the early stages because you don't have enough cities, but then by the end of the era, like, you still feel pretty comfortable with it. So I don't know, maybe there's some justification in potentially running with the +1 city settlement limit. Anyway, we roll it over to turn 71, and we leave it there. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching this video. If you've got any questions, leave them down below. If you've got any criticisms, let me know. And of course, I'll catch you in the next one. Thank you very much for watching.